Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, we have created one of the function as a payment, and also we checked all that our billing address, that means the shipping details field must have the fill up, and also it should be check our profile, all that field is fill up it or not, right? And now we are ready to add our payment, all that instruction. Like here, if you go to our this position, so here I have already added both of these, and now first of all I just simply copy it. Okay, I just simply copy it, and now in our view area after this, okay, so after this we have to work. So here I just simply paste it. Okay, so it should be on here, that means in our this if condition area. So better I defining it. So in particular that area, it's calling that SSL, that section, and then that is our SSL is sandbox. That means right now we are working with for the developing mode. Okay, that is a test purposes. For the reasons here you can see I make the things as a default as a true. But when you working with the paid option, then you have to make the things as a false. And after that, that is our store ID, and also that is our store password. So here we have to add both of these. So if you go to your mail, so you will get these two of these things. One will be as ID, another will be as your API secret key, right? So that is actually the two of the things will be needed. So right now, first of all, I want to take that our store ID. So that is our store ID we have to define. For doing this here, okay, here I want to take one of the variable, and I just name it as a store underscore ID. And here I define our store ID key. So here I just simply defining it. Okay, and also we need our API key. So I just simply define as API underscore key. So our API key. So our API key will be our this one. That means this one. So I just simply copy it. And now here I define our API key. So now we have to pass our store ID. That means our this store ID will be this one. So I just simply updated our store ID, and also that is our API key. So I just simply copy it, and here that is our API key. So in particular that position we have to add our API key. And after that our another portion, so we have to add our another portion. So I just simply copy it, and now here after this, okay, after this I just simply paste it. So it will be in our this if condition area, and also that is our total link. So here it's meaning that side URL, that means when it should be that your payment will be successful, where exactly it should be redirected, when it should be as a fail, that our fail URL, where exactly it should be redirected, the cancel, that means when this payment will be cancelled, then where exactly it should be redirected. Okay, and also if you want to put some of the notification, that notification will be redirected which page, you can define all the things from here. So you can create that multiple page for this one. That means when it should be successful, it should be redirected to one of the successful page. When it should be failed, it should be redirected to one of the failed page, the cancellation page. Okay, so you can define multiple page, but right now I want to create only one page. So in our app payment here, I want to create new file, and I just name it as a complete. Okay, complete.html. So this is the page I created. So right now that is our URL, that is our checkout will be not needed. Okay, so here I just simply define our page as a complete.html. So now for this complete.html, if you want to access it, we have to create one of the function for this one. So better after this, okay, so after this I want to create another function. So here I define on it will be also as a logging required. So I just simply copy that logging required, and then I create one of the function as a div, and then I name it as a complete. Okay, complete, and then the request, and here we have to pass it. So I just simply define the render. So render, and into the render area with this request, I just simply pass our app, that means app payment. Here I have created one of the page as a complete .html, right? And also here I just simply pass the context, so context, and right now I want to make the things as empty. And also for access this complete, we have to create one of the URL. So that is in our app payment, into the app payment, go to that URL. So here I want to create another URL, and I just name it as a status. Okay, I just name it as a status, and in our view area I have created one of the function name as a complete. So I just simply name it as a complete, and I just name it as a complete. Okay friends, so now I just click as a save all. So now into the view area, here we have to define all that our URL. So here if you actually add that URL like that way, like right now that is our URL, right? So if you want to access it directly, so if you want to access it, so every time you, whatever the project you will run, so some of the time you terminal maybe the different one, right? So then it should be getting some of the error. And also when you upload this project into the domain area, then also here you have to update this URL, right? Because every time our this path not will be the same. So if you want to prevent it, they have also one of the another function. So into the function area, whatever the things in our this function, so automatically it will be created this function URL. Okay, so if you want to prevent it, then I show you. Then you have to add one of the function name as a status underscore URL, and here they have one of the function. You have to use it with the request, and then there is actually one of the function as a build underscore absolute underscore URI. So I just simply define as URI. Okay, so that is actually one of the function. So I show you what exactly that will be actually do. Like here I want to print it. So I just simply define as a print and print our this variable. So I just simply print it. So now if you actually click as a save all, I just click as a save all, and now if you click as a enter, so now if you run your console, so to the console area, you can see it's now showing our which URL. It's now showing our this, then the payment, and then the pay, right? But here I want to actually access our this URL. That means it should be redirected to our complete. So for the complete, I have already defined one of the one, that is our complete one, right? So that should be redirected to our this status area. So for the reasons here, you have to defining it. So for now, I want to update our this URL. So that is our URL area. Here we have to define the reverse. So that is our reverse, and make that sure you added that reverse. Yeah, I am added that reverse. So now with this reverse you can do it. So with this reverse area, what exactly we have to do, we have to pass our this status. So that is in our app. That means app underscore payment into the app payment area. If you go to our URLs into the app payment, here I have created as a complete. So it should be redirected to our particular that page. So now I just simply define as a complete. Okay, so now let's check this out. If you now print it again, click as a save all. So now here it should be display. I just click as a again. Now go here. Yes, now you can see it's now perfectly updated our this URL as a payment and the status, right friends? So now we can actually use it. So that is the URL I want to define. So that is our URL. I want to define that things on here. So that is our status. Right now we don't need this. I checked it. So everything is running well. I make that things as a note, and here in our success URL area, I want to pass it. I want to pass our this status URL, and also for the fail here I define same. I also define that same for the cancels, but you can also create multiple pages as per your demand. So right now it's totally okay with me. And also after that we have to take our another one. So we have to take our this one. So better I just simply copy it, and now everything we have to add actually. So here I just simply paste it. That will be in our that if condition area. So here we have to define all that our payment details. Okay, so here there is a total amount, the currency, there is a product category, the product name. So that is also we have some of the field, some of the field we don't select it. Like there is a product category, I didn't select it anything, and also there is a product profile. So now we have to also update it. So for doing this we have to get all that our order, right? So all that our order we have to get. So after this, so that is actually the payment. So here I want to get all that our data. So if you want to get it, then you have to define as order underscore queries. So with this order queries, okay, so that is our if condition. So that will be on here. Okay, so that is our order. So into the order query area we have to define our order model. So from to the order I am actually getting all that our order objects. So I just simply define as objects, and then the filter, and filter our user will be our requested user, right? The requested user, and also ordered will be as a false. So same thing as a false. That means all that our pending order details. Okay, and also after that we have to define our order all that item. So also I define that order underscore items, and from our order we have to make that our object as a 0 value, right? So I just simply define convert it with our 0 object, and then here we have to define all that our order details. That means that is actually in our order. If you go to our order, into the order, if you go to that model, so that is actually our all that order we get from here, right? That means all that our order user, order item, ordered, created, everything we will get from here. So now I want to access our this order items. So with this order items, it's already matched with our, here I have defined that many to many field relationship with our cart, right? So now with this we can actually get all that our order item from our cart area. So for the reasons here I want to defining it. So that is in our order, that means the order items, and into the order items I want to get all that our order from our cart. So here I just simply define as all. And then also we have to define our order count. That means how many order actually we have. So that is also in here. That is our order item underscore count. And then here with this order, so with this order queries also we have to pass our object data, and then with our order item. So with this order items I want to get all that our count information, that means the count. So I just simply define that count. And then also we have to get our get total. So order underscore total. So from to the order total I want to get our with our order queries, and then our 0 value, and then our get underscore totals. Okay, that is our get totals. I want to get all the data from here. Okay, so here I have defining it. So now we have to pass all that our information. So here we have to pass our total amount. That means the total amount means actually our total order. So now here I want to pass it. That will be our total order with the decimal. So here it will be displayed. That is our order total. And then currency will be as a BDT. So right now I make the things as a BDT. There is a product category, so I didn't add any product category. So for the reasons here I want to make the things as a mixed in. So mixed. So this type of one of the text I had defined. That is a product name. Product name is, that means our order item, right? So that is our order item we have to pass. So I just simply pass our order item and the number of the item. So number of item means our order count, how much order we have. So here I just simply pass our order count. Okay, and then our shipping method I make the things as a courier. Okay, I just make the things as a courier, and the profile, that means the product profile, I make as a none. It's perfect. So now we have to also take our both of these. That means here both of this we have to also add it in our particular that function area. So how we can do that work better? I want to continue this process. In our next video I will show you that things with a live example. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.